My name is Zach Miller. I am the Metro Region Vice Chair of the Trucking Association of New York's Board of Directors. I am also a proud graduate of the TANY Leadership Program. I'm joined today by a fellow graduate of my leadership class, James Hayes. James, please, if you can, just introduce yourself and tell us about your company, and we'll talk about the leadership class for a minute here.
So my name is James Hayes. I work for George Hildebrandt Trucking Company. We're a family-owned company. I'm fourth generation at the company. George Hildebrandt was my great-grandfather. He started the company in 1943. I'm fourth generation here. The leadership class, when I took it, the reason I was interested is because, I grew up in the industry at the trucking company, and then I left home when I was 19 and joined the military. I was gone for about 12 years as an aircraft mechanic. And when I came home, I went to community college for construction. And then, one thing led to another, and I ended up back at the family business. And it was a good opportunity for me to get caught back up to a level of, other people my age group and in the industry. It was very beneficial to me. I felt it introduced me to a lot of aspects of the industry that I wasn't familiar with, coming from a smaller, family-run trucking company.
Would you say that it was able to accelerate your growth and development in your career?
Yeah, definitely. It introduced me into a lot more of the safety stuff that I hadn't been familiar with. There was definitely the HR things. They brought in a lot of HR resources that, being an aircraft mechanic or, having a background in construction, it's a completely different animal going from those fields to, the trucking industry.
Absolutely. So let me just ask you this last question. If an executive comes to you and says, "Hey, James, I have an employee who expressed interest in the TANY Leadership Program," what would you say to them?
I would say, if you want to help that employee stay engaged in the industry, keep them long-term in your company, it would be a valuable asset. There's a lot of good information that's put out, and somebody that goes to a training, if you show that you're willing to spend money on an employee, the employees are generally more willing to stay at the company, feeling that you have their best interest in mind and, the advancement of their career path.
James, couldn't have said it better. Thank you so much for taking a couple minutes today. Really appreciate it. And just so everyone knows, like I said, James and I met during the initial leadership class, and we've been friends and colleagues ever since. It is very much worth your time, very much worth your while. A description will be in the link below, so you can, go ahead and either register yourself or send it to an employer or a colleague that you think would benefit from it.